Hi everyone, my name once again is John Kayode-Abusi, and this morning I will be showing you how to install Oracle MySQL database, the commercial edition. Basically what you need to do is to use your Google search to search for MySQL database latest edition download. You can get it from MySQL download page, you can get it from Oracle OTN website. After doing that, you can just extract it, and because I'll be installing on Microsoft Windows, so there is not so much work to do if you have your .NET framework installed, and probably most of the time it comes with your operating system. So this is my own edition here, and what I'm going to do is just to double click on my MySQL installer. So it's going to prepare the installation, and from there we take up. So you can see this just a Windows access control pop-up. You just allow it, hence you know the source and the genuinity of these software. So yes, of course, you can see that is MySQL installer, and here we have the license agreement. You can read through, accept, and you say next. Yes. Now if you have if you maintain a license with this software, of this software with Oracle Corporation, here you can register your product, because by the time you get your license, then you have a username, a kind of Oracle customer username and password. This allows you to periodically or anytime you like connect with Oracle Support Center, probably download patches, receive support, and probably upload some of your information to the Oracle Support Center. But because this is just for training purpose and this is just for educational purpose, then I will just say no. I either don't have my Oracle support or don't want to use it for now, and I can say don't ask me again. I say next. Then what exactly do I want to install? Now here you can choose what you want to install. Developers default install all products needed for MySQL development purpose. Now you can say server alone is going to install the server alone. Client alone install MySQL client product without the server. Full installation, all included MySQL product and all features. Custom. So here if I choose full installation, you say install all of the products available in this catalog, including MySQL Server, MySQL Workbench, MySQL connectors, document samples, and this. I think I'm going to be more comfortable with a full installation because I want to use this system for some things that suit this purpose. So I will say next. Now this is the name of the product, is MySQL Server 5.6.24. Now if you look at it, we have a warning here. It says you can use the same folder or change it to a new one. Take in mind that the install process can override folder if already exists. Now this is a folder here. This selected part already exists. That shows that probably I've done some installation on this particular directory, that is program data MySQL. But basically I have a place where I want this installation to be cataloged, and I would like to go to my C. This is my C drive, and there's a folder called Oracle. Then I have MySQL home here. This part already exists. Good. Data directory. where I can say next. Say you still have warning with your selected part. You sure you want to? I say yes. Okay. Now these are the requirements. These are the requirements that the system must have for me to be able to install MySQL. For me to install Workbench 6.25, I need Microsoft Visual C++ 2013 runtime environment. For it to install MySQL for Excel 1.ds, I need Visual Studio Ds 2010. MySQL for Visual Studio Ds, I need these. All these things for me to connect to this, I need this. Now I can go next. Okay, you still have failing product requirement. If you proceed, those products will not be installed or upgraded. Is this okay? I will say no. I will say no. I think I have some stuff here. I can just come back, say it's okay. I want to install the .NET. I'll just say run, say yes. Okay, Microsoft.NET from already is part of the operating system. Do you need to install the .NET file distribution? Microsoft.NET Framework 4.5 is already a part of the operating system. Good. You do not need to install the .NET Framework from the file distribution. Same or higher version of .NET has already been installed. I can close this. Come here and run this. This is my Microsoft Visual C++ 2013 run edition, runtime edition. Okay. Okay, I need the runtime edition for so many things. I need it. It's okay, it's installed successfully. Okay, now if I go back to these and I say next, or execute, you can see these are the ones that we, okay, these are the things that will get installed. And I will just say execute. So the system is going to take you through. Basically, the reason why I ignore some warnings is because I might not need those features yet, at least for now. But when I need them, I can easily add those features to it by adding the requirement, by first adding the requirement and then add the features. But for now, all I needed in this installation for my work, I think, is what I have, and I'll be good with it. So you can just look at it, how it's installing the product within MySQL suite, MySQL database suite. The server, it said that the server engine is installed, the Workbench is installing. Then it will go to the notifier, the enterprise backup, the Firebrook, the connector to the ODBC connector, the C++ connector, the Java connector, the .NET connector, the MySQL connector, that is for C, and MySQL documentation, sample, and examples. We have all these things. Now if you look at it critically, you discover that all the connectors, they allows you to connect to either one data source or the other probably Java based data source, ODBC based data source, .NET, probably want to connect to .NET applications, and stuff like that. So if your project, probably your database just need to connect to using ODBC, then you might not need the C++. So it's all just, what I'm trying to drive home is that it all depends. It all depends on what the purpose you are using your MySQL, that the purpose you'll be using your MySQL for. So that is what dictate or probably determine what and what get installed. And the good thing about it is that you can always add features, you can always add products to your installation. So if you look at it here now, you see that we have everything completed, and here you can just show some of the installation details. Look at what exactly has happened, and it's like a log of this installation. You can copy it if you probably want to, and you have it here ready to configure. This is the configuration page. You want to configure your database engine here and the sample schemas that comes with it. Now, what kind of configuration do you want? Do you want a development machine, a server machine, or a dedicated machine? Now here you can see that the development machine and many other applications will be installed on it. But when it comes to the server, you can see that the server machine says, you can say this is a development machine and many other applications will be installed on it. A minimum amount of memory will be used by MySQL. That is when you do development machine. Now when you go to server, it says several server applications will be running on this machine. Choose this option for web application server. MySQL will have medium memory use. Now when it comes to dedicated, this machine is dedicated running MySQL database server. No other server such as web server will be running. Yes, here will be running here. That shows that you just want database engine to be running here on dedicated. But when it comes to the server, what you want is that you want to run on this machine, and the option of web application server, you can choose that too. So these are the things. What am I going to choose? I can choose a development machine because it says a minimum amount of memory will be used by MySQL, and this is a development machine and many other applications will be installed on it. So I'll use development, and now you see the connectivity. That shows that whenever you want to connect to your MySQL from one application or the other, or some other data sources as well, you will always use TCP/IP. Yes, it's checked and the port is 3306. So now you are saying open firewall port for network access. That shows that even if you have a firewall, your environment, probably your Windows firewall or some other firewall, what you are saying here is that this port should be allowed to go through the firewall. Then the pipe name, the share memory name is not enabled here because I don't actually need those things for now. But if I need it, I can actually get back to that. And here you can ask the configuration wizard to show you advanced features. Probably you want to do more advanced configuration, like the root, because when you install MySQL database, then automatically a root user is created. So you can put the root password here, current root password, if you want to change it and stuff. So you can even add some other users here, but basically I don't think I need that, so I can go back and say next, and okay, probably we should take a look at it. current. Now root user, probably I should just use root, and the root as well. The term is weak, but I prefer it. I've said if you want other account, you can add it here, but I don't want that. I just go. Now the Windows service name is MySQL 56. Start this. When you say start this, whenever you start Windows, if you check this box, whenever you start, when your operating system get ready, that's that MySQL is also available. Is started by Windows services. But if you don't want it, probably want to start it manually, you can check it. You can check it. You can check it. But here I want it checked, and you can say run system account. That shows that you can MySQL can. You don't need to. You don't want to. You want the Windows to select the account you want these things to use. The account that shows that MySQL server needs to run under a given user account. Based on the security requirement of your system, you need to pick one of the options below. Standard system account. It means that it's going to use your Windows operating system account for this. If you want to customize your user, or probably choose another user for it, you can do that here. But I will ask you to use the standard system account, and I will go next. Now here, this is the log file. If there is any error, yes, within your MySQL database environment, it will be in this location. It's going to be named after this particular file. This is the name of my machine, and it's saying .air. You can see it now. This is the location going to be under your document, the document file of the user. Now the general log is going to be here too, document. So you can check it if you want it. Slow query log. This one is very, very important. So you can see slow query. You can see that the name of this log shows. The name of this log file go a long way to say what exactly they keep. So I can say next, and apply server configuration here. Stop server if necessary. All these things. So you can just say execute. So just have a notifier there. So basically we have our installation completed, and I can just click finish, and that one is configured. So now if I want the sample application, the sample schemas or sample example schemas, I can just say next again. Then I can say this connection successful, just for me to test. Then I can execute, because what I'm trying to do is that the first time what I did, the first configuration was after installing the MySQL database, we configure the database engine, that is the server. Then the next thing is that because I have chosen to include the examples, the sample schemas that come with this server, then the next thing, because the server has to be installed and configured first before the sample schema can actually run on it. So with this, now we have the sample schema or the example schema configured for this server. You can see now this is the server, and this is the sample and example schema, and I can now say next. Now here, if I can say start MySQL Workbench after startup, then I want it to start, because this installation actually install MySQL Workbench. MySQL Workbench is a graphical user interface through which you interact with your MySQL database. So if I want to start it, I just say start. So Just say start. Okay, you can see this is MySQL. This is MySQL Workbench, and if you look at it here, we have a connection already. Our local instance is MySQL 5.6 and the username is root, and if you look at the name of the machine is localhost, which translates to my JK_station, and the port number is 3306. If I double click on this connection, yes, it will try to connect to the MySQL to the MySQL server, and I can put the other password, the password of root, which is also root, and I can ask it to save this password to vault, and I'll say okay. Now let's see if we are right. An SQL editor instance for local instance MySQL 5.6 is opening and should be available in a moment. Please stand by. So we need to stand by. Now you can add other connections to this workbench, but by default you have a connection that makes use of the root username and password to connect to this database instance we have just created. Now here we have some shortcuts like MySQL utilities, database migration, my Oracle support, workbench, blog, planet, MySQL, workbench forum, Oracle delivery, Oracle support. You see, these are the shortcuts through which you can link up with Oracle support, some of the forums that deal with MySQL and its products, and some other things you can even learn about scripting or share scripting. So this is just a shortcut for you to navigate from here to some websites and portals where you can learn more or do more with MySQL in an Oracle environment. So it asks, because for the first time when you install an application and you start it for the first time, it normally take a longer time for it to come up, because it's going to do some kind of new initialization, initiate some internal processes, and probably buffer some data into the system memory, and try to make itself adapted to the environment, the new system environment. So subsequently, by the time you open such application, it takes lesser time. Because now that is not the first time, and the environment, some of the system configuration has been buffered into the database memory and probably the application memory, and there's some things, if nothing probably has changed, it can easily make use of that one in the subsequent startup, and that will eventually lead to faster and more performance oriented environment. So while we wait for it, we just have to wait. So for you to see other tools that got installed with your MySQL installation, here you can see your the traditional MySQL command line, and I can always double click on it. I can see this is the command line. I can ask, you can see it's asking me for the password. The password I said when during our installation is root. You can see now that the command line is up and running, and you can, from here you can always pass your command, and move on. Yes, now for instance, if you want to look at help, you can see these are the help. These are some of the commands you can get around here. You can see exit, go to, print, prompt, quit, source, status, use, warning. These are commands, and for instance, if I want to exit, I can just type exit, and that is all. So with that, I have been able to show us how to successfully install Oracle MySQL database enterprise, or you want to call the commercial edition. Thank you.